His left arm, he's actually telling Tsimikas to just cut it back for him. He knows exactly what he's doing, and that's why he scored all those goals.
And that is 127 Premier League goals for Liverpool now. He's just one behind Robbie Fowler. He got the second then. The captain, Virgil van Dijk, as we've seen, got the first.
Virgil, was that a very satisfying win today?
Yeah, important win, so time to recover and focus on the next.
Did you have to be patient as well? It took a long time to break them down.
Of course. I think obviously the games we played against in the season have been quite tough, and today wasn't any different, so we had to be patient and wait for the moment. We had a couple of good chances before, but in the end, good performance, clean sheet again, so that's something to build on.
Both goals came shortly after the disallowed goal for VAR. Was there a sense that frustration might creep in after that decision?
No, we just kept going.
What was the most pleasing aspect of the win for you?
Winning is the most important thing at this stage, especially in the situation we are, and we try to fight each and every game, and that's what we did today, and obviously a good performance and well-deserved 3 points.
In the league, you're on a good run of clean sheets as well. Do you feel like you're getting your shape back and you're comfortable?
Let's hope so.
I'm going forward as well with Diogo Jota giving you 75 minutes today and Darwin Núñez contributing a lot. Do you feel you're getting more options up front?
Yeah, obviously everyone is fit, or almost everyone, and that's what we need to compete. We need quality on the pitch, but also coming off the bench. And today, obviously Cody coming on, Bobby coming on, you know, that's the impulse we need at times, and it's good. So long may that continue. Everyone stays fit, and we need everyone for the rest of the season. Yeah,
and the supporters will have their eye on the big one at the weekend as well. So in that sense, was this the right build-up to that?
Well, hopefully. I think we need a big atmosphere on Sunday, and I think today obviously it was quite nervous, I think, and hopefully on Sunday we can get everyone in their best, and including us, because we obviously have to do the hard work on the pitch against an informed Man United. So we will recover now and be ready for hopefully we will be ready for Sunday, of course.
Well done tonight.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, if he can, you think he's capable of getting more goals and help the tally throughout the season, Virgil van Dijk?
Definitely, yeah. You see him score certain goals, and he's brave. He's a good header of the ball. He's massive, strong, tall. All the attributes to score lots of goals off set pieces. So I'm sure that he looks at himself and thinks, you know what, I should be scoring half a dozen goals this season. And he has contributed some big goals over the years. And that was a big goal today, actually, to break the deadlock. And as I say, first attempt wasn't his best. It definitely comes off his shoulder, which kills the pace of the ball. As I say, I'm not sure whether the goalkeeper can do a little bit more, push it a little bit safer, but so impressed with Jota and how he retrieves it and thumps it across right onto Van Dijk's head. Wasn't going to make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, I love that. But I love what Jota does. You know, you mentioned about Van Dijk. I actually think all centre-backs should score between 5 and 10 goals a season. I think they should contribute in that way. The amount of set pieces they come up for and the amount of opportunities they have. But on this occasion, as Michael mentioned earlier, because of the shoulder contact, Jota's in a brilliant position as for a striker. That it's gone over his shoulder. He's not just watched it. He's turned. He's ready to adapt to any ball that bounces. And then he has the ability on the turn, twisting, to put that quality, fire that across. I thought it was top quality by him.
Yeah, that's 3 goals this season for Virgil van Dijk, the same as all of last season. And Mo Salah, I mean, Leon's right, is very, very high standards. He's not hit this season, but good to see him back on the goal-scoring sheet.
Yeah, absolutely. He's, he's got such a mentality. He's just got a total elite mentality, hasn't he? He just wants to score all the time. Even when he's not at the absolute top of his game, he's still Liverpool's biggest threat. And this is a great ball from Alisson. He picks him out, a lovely little 1-2 down on the left-hand side. And you might not see from this angle, but Mo Salah's left arm there, he's keeping it by his side, just pointing where he wants it. And look at that. I mean, it's just brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. People will think that's lucky, that that's just bounced off your leg, but you can do that. You can angle it. You can see the pace of the ball, the angle, and everything else, and you can shape your body in a way that you know that the ball's going to bounce into the net if you hit it with a certain part of your leg. He's just a top class performer, and About to break another record, you say a minute ago. Robbie
Yeah,
Fowler's
he's one
next,
behind
is
Robbie
he?
Fowler here, but he has actually hit 20 goals in all competitions for the 6th consecutive season in a Liverpool shirt.
Well, that's incredible, you know, because we're sat here thinking he's not had a season we're used to by his standards, and yet he's still hit 20 goals.
Well, just to put that into context, guys, he's only the 2nd player in Liverpool's history to do that behind Ian Rush. I mean, you know how difficult it is to keep going and going and getting those numbers.
Absolutely, and don't get me wrong, he's been part of a generation. This team have had half a dozen. The 6 years he's been there, he's contributed, absolutely, but probably the biggest contributor. But this team has just been phenomenal for half a dozen years. And we hope that it continues for a little bit longer as well, because the signs are Liverpool have dipped off
Leon
a bit this season.
But yeah.
Well, maybe not. But he's been at the forefront of this team for many years now. So he'll go down in the record books, no question about it. It's only a matter of time. He went past me a while ago. Now he's about to go past Robbie Fowler. Who's next after that? I mean, he's going to go down, as I say, as one of the greats.
And where are we at with this current team? We mentioned earlier on, you know, Jota back, Canate back, Diaz not too far, Nunes back in the team tonight, with perhaps no Champions League after the 2nd leg, no distractions.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be frustrating for Liverpool, but I do think they're in transition. I do think that they've bought some strikers that will set them up nicely for the next season. I think they're developing. I think, you know, when you think back to that stage where, you know, you felt Liverpool had a great midfield under Klopp. They were brilliant at the top. They just lacked a centre-back. And he took his time in picking out Virgil van Dijk. But when he got that piece, the next season, Liverpool, it just clicked into place. I feel Liverpool are hoping that next season it'll click into place. I think they're 2 signings away, maybe 3. They'll hope to get done in the summer. That'll take them right back to the top. But they'll need to be in the Champions League to be able to make those signings.
So where are they in terms of the Champions League push now? They've got a little bit of momentum. They've got the game in hand, win that. They're 3 points off Spurs, who, of course, they still have to play as well.
Yeah. Listen, the normal Liverpool that we've seen for the last 6 years, they will definitely qualify for the Champions League in that form, if they play in that form. They've been so inconsistent this season, but they are getting players back. Bringing players back will improve performance. Improved performance increases confidence, and then Liverpool will get on that wave again. I don't buy some people that say it's Liverpool's cycle is over now. I keep going back to it. Only, 6-7 months ago, whenever it was, they were 2 games off being the greatest team that we've ever seen, winning everything. I mean, it can't be so bad that all of a sudden they need a total makeover. These players have proven it. The manager's proven it. The ownership has proven it. The fans, everything at that place is proven to work for years and years and years now. It doesn't take everything to be ripped up. It's just a bit of confidence, get players back, maybe 1 or 2 sides, freshen it up in midfield. But it's not a time to be panicking and thinking everything's wrong. This is a great team that we've watched and still can be great once it gets back on its feet.
OK, well, they've won tonight by 2 goals to 0. Let's see what their manager thinks of it all. Here is Jurgen Klopp.
Jurgen, you must be really satisfied after that win.
I am. So everything was in this game pretty much, what we had to overcome. So I thought we had a really good start in the game, controlled it without creating massively. But there were 1-2 moments when they came up a little bit, and you could see it breaks our rhythm slightly. We felt a bit in a rush, but found rhythm back and controlled the game again. But I could see it was like, oh God, it's still not this kind of thing. And then second half started a bit hectic with a lot of situations where, oh my God, and the crowd was there and all these kind of things. Then we score a wonderful goal, which is then disallowed. And in our situation, it very often happened then in the past, just it stays 0-0 or we lose even with a late goal or whatever. But the boys, well, they really wanted it and scored 2 wonderful goals, and 2-0 is obviously a top result.
Yeah, the response after that VAR disallowed goal must have been really pleasing. It seemed to really energise the players.
Yeah, absolutely. So I saw it now back. I don't think it's a foul, but yeah, when you watch it in slow motion, everything looks like a foul. But who cares? But for the boys, it was definitely no foul, of course, and that's what they felt. And so reacting like this is important information for us tonight, and we have to keep that just a couple of days and then we go again. But this tonight was obviously exactly what we wanted, exactly what we needed, and fantastic atmosphere, super result. So
as far as I know in the moment, boys came all through without major issues, so that's good.
The front three seemed to grow into it as the game went on. You must be really pleased with their contribution.
Yeah, of course. We had to a little bit think about, like, Diogo especially, and then Darwin with this amount of sprints, what he's doing. When you have the other two boys outside, you think, do we do that? And thank God we wait a little bit, because especially the disallowed goal, and Diogo obviously was a long warming up. Like how he came through this game with this performance is really very special. And yes, of course, that it's helpful. You have to break an opponent down step by step. It's not really happens often that you just get in and they make big mistakes and you score easy goals. How often did that happen now in the 420 games, whatever I had here? I can't remember it really. So you have just to work through that, and you do the right stuff. And so a lot of really good performances tonight, and that's obviously then very helpful.
Yeah, and the supporters will obviously have one eye on the weekend, and I know you were just focusing on tonight, but it's the right preparation, wasn't it?
No, we have, of course, it's like this. It's a big game. It would have been a big game anyway, but of course a big game against the team in form that they won tonight again. I don't know, but they probably changed a lot. I didn't see anything yet, but it's unlikely. And so, we have to be ready, and we will, and then we will give them a big fight, and we'll see what we get for it.
Well done tonight.
Thank you.
The most important thing tonight was the top four, but in terms of the next game, we're going to be here with Paul Scholes watching it. It's always the biggest game in the footballing calendar. How crucial was that result going into the Manchester United match?
Yeah, it was a must. I mean, getting a poor result today and then all of a sudden it's almost a must win. Now, of course, it's such an important game still, but they're sort of within touching distance now. You look at the league table, they're into sixth, they're upwardly mobile. You look at the next few games as well, there's some really tough ones.
Oh, what a run that is.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. So it's about time they get confident, they get on a good run, because they're going to need all of that in these upcoming games. Because you look at that, Manchester United are absolutely the top of their game at the moment. Bournemouth, you'd expect them to win. And then away at two real heavyweights, it's not going to be easy at all. So still a long way to go.
Yeah, that takes Liverpool, Leon, into the middle of April. I mean, could you argue that could define the season, where the fourth place is?
Yeah, absolutely. By the time they come out of that run, we'll have a real idea on where Liverpool are going to be. But, you know, quite often we see them turn up in the big games. There's something about Liverpool that they tend to turn up and go toe-to-toe with the teams around them. They'll certainly, I wouldn't say form goes out the window when you play Manchester United, but, you know, we've seen there's so much more than the football that goes into that game, that it's like, you know, it's another form of derby that we see that it can go any way. If they win that game, they go into the Bournemouth game. Then we've seen City go toe-to-toe. So I wouldn't put it past Liverpool coming out of that with more points than anyone would actually.
Because incredible, as